Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Charles Lejano, and today I'll be your host as the MediaQuest Group takes the first big step in preparation for the midterm elections next year. Today, roughly 10 months before a new batch of lawmakers, mayors, and vice mayors get elected, we launch Bilang Pilipino 2025, Bayan ang Ipanalo, our extensive election coverage to be handled by no less than the country's best journalists. Let's meet the individuals who will carry out this massive undertaking that is Bilang Pilipino 2025. First, it is my honor to introduce our MediaQuest Holdings Chairman, PLDT President and Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Manuel V. Pangilinan. Next is Signal TV and MediaQuest Holdings President and Chief Executive Officer, Jane Jimenez Basas. Next, we have TV5 President and Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Guido R. Zaballero. Now we have Hastings Holdings President and Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Jaime Miguel G. Belmonte. Please welcome Smart Communications Senior Vice President, Consumer Business Wireless Head, Mr. Alejandro O. Caeg. Now we have TV5's first Vice President, the Head of News and Information, Ms. Luisita Cruz Valdez. Let's hear it now for the General Manager from Nation Broadcasting Corporation, Mr. Raul M. de la Cruz. Next, we have the Editor-in-Chief of the Philippine Star, Ms. Ami Pamintuan. Business World Editor-in-Chief, Ms. Cathy Rose Garcia. And last but not the least, Filipino Star ngayon, Senior Editor, Ms. Rowena Del Prado. Thank you so much for being here today. And now we move to the first part of our program. To tell us more about our election coverage, I'd like to call on One News Head, Mr. Patrick Paez.
Good afternoon, everyone. Bilang Pilipino, as an election brand coverage, it started in 2016. 2016 was a watershed election. This was the election in which we saw the power of social media, I think the first time. We woke up to this. We also saw how a small debate in Cebu, which we organized under Bilang Pilipino, how it became the inflection point that ultimately decided the presidential election. I understand some of you were in that room, in that small audio-visual room at the University of the Philippines in Visayas, and saw what we mounted there and how it became very important in that election. Now, midterms are admittedly not as exciting as presidential elections, but it's a chance to remind our people that local politics is the politics that matters most because it is the government that's closest to the lives of our people. Unknown to many, the local government code has long since devolved services related to education, health, security, even agriculture and environment to local government units. The 2018 Mandanas ruling of the Supreme Court has also increased the share of LGUs in all national taxes. LGUs have the mandate to deliver services. Now they also have the money. Singilin po natin si mayor, si gob, or si congressman at alamin natin kung ano-ano ang serbisyo na para sa taong bayan. Now this is why the 2025 midterms, for the 2025 midterms, we have come up with Bilang Pilipino, Bayan ang Ipanalo. Bayan here means hometown, our locality. It also means the nation. Bayan is also a shared mantra with our kapatid in the sports group. Isang daang taon laban para sa bayan. That's their campaign for the Olympics. Just as our athletes will be flying the flag in Paris in 2024, starting this July, we in News will also be flying the flag in the 2025 midterms. Bilang Pilipino, bayan ang ipanalo.
All right, thank you for that, Sir Patrick. And now let's welcome the hard-working journals who will serve as the faces of this project. Let's welcome your Bilang Pilipino 2025 ambassadors. From News 5, Ms. Cheryl Cosim. From One News, please welcome Gretchen Ho. Representing 1PH, Mr. J. Taruk. And last but definitely not the least, we have from Radyo 5, True FM, Mr. Ted Filon. Let's now celebrate the special moment through a photo opportunity featuring the Bilang Pilipino ambassadors and our VIPs. May we kindly invite our VIPs to rise for the photo op. All right, thank you very much, everyone. You may now return to your seats as we move on to the second part of the program. Before we proceed, we now call on stage our guests of honor from the Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas, KBP Chairman Ruperto S. Nicdao. And KBP President Mr. Noel Galvez. Thank you for joining us, gentlemen. We now proceed to the second part of our program for Think Ka Muna Pilipinas, Hinay-Hinay, Isip-Isip. This is a shared corporate advocacy with KBP, PLDT, and SMART designed to promote critical thinking among Filipinos. But for a proper introduction to this media and information literacy advocacy, I now give the floor to our MediaQuest corporate communications consultant. Please welcome Mr. Mon Isberto.
Thank you very much, Charles. Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat and to all the dignitaries and guests and of course our colleagues here. Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. Louder. Okay. Sige. Mahirap siya. For those of you who are wondering what happened to my face, the short answer to that is nag-away kami ng misis ko nung isang araw. I can only say that because I'm okay. So let me proceed to what I'm supposed to do here this afternoon, which is to basically give you a quick explanation of what are we doing putting MIL into the picture, working with the different media organizations and making this part of the election coverage. I suppose I don't have to say a lot to convince you that media information literacy is really something very important in this day and age. After all, you can now actually make a fake video using your smartphone. That's all you need. Just 5 years ago, you needed hours and hours of film. You needed all sorts of equipment to make a fake video. Now all you need is your smartphone. And you know the possible consequences of that, and you can see it already. Every day you read about something going on about fake video. So this is a time with this kind of media landscape that we really need to help our people understand what's going on. And that the key to that is media information literacy, because it promotes the critical thinking that's needed to process, to sift the gems from the garbage in the media information stream that we are living with today. But the question is, why think ka muna? Well, because there are many skills and practices in media information literacy that are important. But the first and most fundamental is stop, look, don't click. Why? Stop and think. That's the first and fundamental skill and practice that media information literacy teaches. Why? Because those who would like to fool you, would like to rush you into believing and doing something, liking it, clicking it, and sharing it. That's, by the way, is why fake news travels so much faster and farther than real news. People don't stop, they don't think, they just click and share. So we start with that key message. Of course, there's a lot of work to be done here, but that is the fundamental starting point. We need to encourage people to stop and think. Mag-think ka muna. Hinay-hinay, isip-isip. And working with the different media organizations, and it looks like more and more media organizations all over the country are embracing this. We should work together because we need to work together to spread the message and to help our people develop the skills and the practices that will enable them to understand and cope with this flood of information and disinformation all mixed up together. We'll see a lot of that during the elections, but we'll see that every day. So this advocacy is not just for the elections, it's going to continue and become a permanent advocacy of the Media Quest Group, working in partnership with KBP and other partners that we will pick up as we go along. Yan lang po. And again, my thanks and congratulations to the people who have come together today. And let's have a good day. Maraming salamat.
All right, thank you for that sermon. Now to set the wheels in motion for Think Ka Muna Pilipinas, let's make things official with a ceremonial signing of the Memorandum of Agreement among the parties involved. We invite everyone to kindly refer to their folios and sign over their name. Right, since everyone's already on stage, this is a good opportunity for us to have another photo op with our representatives from the KBP. We invite everyone to kindly stand for the photo. We invite those on the front row to kindly sit, sir. Thank you. Be seated. All right, thank you everyone. We are now nearing the end of the program and it's time for us to hear a few words from two of Think Muna Pilipinas' biggest supporters. First, from the kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas, let's all welcome KBP Chairman Mr. Ruperto S. Nicdao.
Thank you very much, Charles. Mr. Manny Pangilinan, Ms. Jane Basas, Guido, Miguel, and Alex, and our colleagues from the other media, officers of the MVP Group, KBP President Noel Galvez, friends, ladies and gentlemen. We're supposed to be in a GMM right now. Our regular GMM in the KBP is every third Tuesday of the month. But Erwin said we have to be here, and because this is such an important event, no? In behalf of the KBP, we wish to congratulate the MVP Group and the MediaQuest organization for this groundbreaking media information literacy initiative, Think Muna Pilipinas. Digital technology has enabled the transfer of information ceaselessly from various platforms. As with any invention or discovery, there's always good and bad. We can access any information by just asking Siri or Alexa or going to our favorite search engine, and now AI. That's the good part. We can get any information as we wish. But there's also the bad part. We know that certain nefarious, as explained by Mon earlier, nefarious players, can use the same technology for their own selfish motivation. Our Board of Trustees, when we met, actually we met only last Thursday, I think, Jane, no? And we haven't actually discussed it with our board at that time, but after our meeting, we convened a virtual meeting, and in a couple of minutes, the board put their support to this very important initiative. Because the objectives of Think Muna Pilipinas is very much aligned with the KBP's own objectives. In the past, in fact, before the pandemic, we partnered with the UP and several NGOs to train our members in fact-checking, to make sure that what we put on air is all factual. In fact, that's contained in our KBP Code of Ethics. Everything should be fact-checked and should always be, baka makuryente tayo. Okay, so we always do that. And more recently, we had a session again with the UP on AI. As we know, AI is becoming more and more popular. Again, it can be used for both good and bad. No? We've seen some scary things that AI can do, deep fakes and stuff like that. But it can make actually our work in broadcast much more efficient. So that's the good part. However, all these initiatives at KBP are all facing inwards, meaning that it's addressing the needs of our members. This Think Muna or Think Muna Pilipinas initiative is, I think, more important because it's facing our audiences. It addresses people who can actually be more susceptible to fake information. So I congratulate the MVP Group for this very important initiative, which aims to foster critical thinking, as was mentioned. It enables our fellow citizens to discern facts from misinformation and make well-informed decisions that will impact our nation's future. KBP aims to provide reliable information to the public. And our partnership our partnership with Think Muna Pilipinas, I think, is a testament to this. During our meeting, Jane mentioned UNESCO's Media Literacy and Information for All advocacy. A more informed, empowered, and inclusive society means a more resilient population and promotes sustainable development. With this forthcoming election, I think this, and you just launched your own Bilang Pilipinas earlier. You know, any election is important to us. And because of this forthcoming elections, Think Muna Pilipinas becomes much, much more important. So I would like to extend again our heartfelt congratulations and gratitude for the MBP Group and Media Quest for inviting KBP to partake in this initiative. I think together we can create a culture where information is not just consumed but thoroughly evaluated and utilized for the greater good. Mabuhay ang ating Pilipinas.
Thank you, Chairman Nicdao. Now, from one ally of the truth to another, let's end this program with one of the main driving forces behind Think Muna Pilipinas. Let's hear it for our Media Quest Holdings Chairman, Mr. Manuel V. Pangilinan.
Salamat, Charles. Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. Unang-unang gusto magpasalamat sa KBP, kay Chairman June Nicdao, and to President Noel Galvez for joining us in this cause and for being with us this afternoon. Wag naman sana makuryente mga botante natin. Hindi kasalanan ng Meralco yan. Well, we all know the 2025 elections are soon upon us. In fact, I think Patrick said about 9 months, the midterm elections will happen. So this is another consequential event, and it comes at a time when all the voices of Filipino voters will be heard again, and they could reshape the future of this country. But to ensure that our voices are truly heard, our MVP group, Media Group, together with the KBP, are launching 2 campaigns. First, a voter education information through Bilang Pilipino. Actually, we've been doing the election coverage since 2010, I think, when the national elections were held. And ever since that, we've been every 6 years, 2016 and 2022. The Media Group have covered the national elections and the midterm elections since then. And second is a media information literacy through Think Muna Pilipinas, which is where KBP is a partner as well. So Bilang Pilipino has been our media group's comprehensive coverage across broadcast, radio, and print platforms. And the campaign aims to inform voters what the candidates stand for and the roles of elected officials, and as much as possible to ensure that the proper counting of the votes are made in the course of the elections. Second, Think Muna Pilipinas, the group's advocacy on media information literacy, and that's where MIL acronym has been derived, which aims to equip Filipinos with critical thinking skills. With MIL, we hope our people will discern credible and truthful sources from misleading or fake ones, separate fact from opinions, and identify biases. Our heartfelt thanks go again to our friends from the KBP, to Chairman Nicdao, and to President Galvez for agreeing to join our cause for Think Muna Pilipinas and MIL. So let us educate and learn from each other. Let us shape the future of the Philippines for the Philippine information landscape, and in this midterm elections and in future elections. So from all of us, from TV5, Signal, One News, Philippine Star, Business World, maraming salamat po, and thank you.
Thank you very much, MVP, for your encouraging words and for always being willing to provide a lifeline to our countrymen. And that's it for our program. Be sure to support Bilang Pilipino 2025 and Think Ka Muna Pilipinas so that we will all be well equipped to make the right choices, not just for ourselves, but for the entire Philippines. Again, my name is Charles Lejano. Thank you, everyone, and enjoy the rest of the day.